how you like it, but you just don't get it. He knows a little about the fear.
Welcome back to your WEC Regionals action, everybody. We've had 8 stunning days even, of Counter-Strike. Now we flip to something completely different. I'm joined by Pop, who's going to take us through the action alongside me today. Nice wave, hey.
Hi, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day, right? It's the starting of the female qualifier for CS:GO, and I'm really interested to see, right? Because you get to see the female teams a lot in like the international tournaments, right? Mainly Impact and all of that in the leagues and all of that. But now you're gonna get to see 5 players playing from basically from the same country, playing together, which is not necessarily the case for all of the teams that you see on those female leagues, right? Because, you know, the best team in the world, that's I don't think it's arguably it is Enigma Galaxy, and they have players from Russia. There's a Romanian player. There's I think I can't really remember, something Slovenian, something like that.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's all across the board though, right?
Yeah.
And this tournament kind of combines a lot of them, and they're able to show us what they can do as an actual nationality. We've seen that somewhat in the male division as well, but in male Counter-Strike, it's not as split up. Like, we do have the international rosters, right? But a lot of the time, it is going to be 5 players from one country, at least sort of 3 or 4. Whereas in this female division, we're taking talent from all over the CSGO scene. And this is really exciting. I think it's a really exciting time for female Counter-Strike in general. Obviously, Valorant kind of kicked female esports into another gear. Riot kind of initiated that, and now CS is trying to catch up, and I think initiatives like this is really going to help female CS in general, and I'm really excited to see some high-level play.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, you know, that's not the only thing that Valorant helped out CS:GO with, but, you know, or pushed onto CS:GO. But well, we'll get to talk about that maybe sometime else. But yeah, it's a very good point, right? Where you get to see those leagues for the female scene that before weren't really, I guess, bringing a lot of interest. I know, you know, it's the leagues. It's probably it counts for interest as well, and with viewership and all of that, of course, it's not really a secret for anyone. So as long as people kind of start tuning in towards the female scene as well, that's going to help out a lot, you know, because mainly traditionally for the past, you know, some years, it's been mostly male dominated, and all of the big events were male tournaments. Maybe the female ones were on the side, or maybe just small tournaments alongside them. But now we have a female league, and also we have a female qualifier for, you know, the World Championship, World Esports Championship. So you're still gonna see talent in here on the stream, and also you're gonna see them in Yash from all parts of the world, and you're gonna see who's gonna be the best country.
Exactly, you know? And it's no secret to say that the female CSGO scene is a lot smaller than the male scene.
Yeah.
But that harbors a really nice and fosters a really nice culture, a really nice community around that scene, and tournaments like this is only going to help provide that scene with more money and allow some of these female players who are on the echelon of making it professional, having to pick up side jobs, do other things in the meantime, make Counter-Strike a full-time thing. So here in Yosh, let's have a look at our first team here today. We'll be going through these rosters. Do you have any insight into this Netherlands squad, Pop?
Not a lot. I gotta say, not a lot to my.
And I think that's fine, because I'm actually coming into this tournament relatively blind too. Like, it's not every day that you get to even see loads of female Counter-Strike. So I know that we'll be aware and familiar of the names from ESL Impact, but as we drop off from that list, from that sort of top 3 or 4 teams that most people are familiar with, we will see a lot of new names in this tournament. So if you are tuning into female Counter-Strike just for the first time, you're likely going to be exploring and finding new players alongside us on the casting desk.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, you know, for the Netherlands, we do have Melania, Missy, Naomi, Tiggs, and Kiara. And actually, I was checking out on the Wikipedia page, all 5 players from NIP Impact are playing in this tournament. Not on this team necessarily. On this team, it's only Yara and Naomi playing for Netherlands and also for NIP Impact. But Astra plays for France, Holly plays for Israel, and Jenkin plays for Sweden. So I guess you're gonna see a lot of these European players make it to the national roster, right? Because they're playing in the league, or at least they're signed by an org. So of course they're gonna be good players that you want to have in those kind of tournaments, especially, right?
Just on a bigger note, I think that we're going to see some real mixed style CS, some real puggy style CS, because these players aren't used to playing with one another. We just talked about the dynamics of plucking players from multiple different rosters, but that is the sort of spice that we come into this particular tournament with, where they're not going to be overwhelmingly prepared. I don't imagine that we'll see really in-depth strategy, loads of fakes, loads of complex plays where you're going to be digging towards the bottom of the strat book. I don't expect to see that specifically in this tournament, but a tournament like this gives the individual stars a real chance to shine, a real chance to get picked up by bigger teams, right? Whereas when you're in a team system, that can restrict certain players. So let's see a really exciting brand of Counter-Strike here today, and hopefully somebody can really sort of step out of the darkness.
Oh yeah, that's a really interesting point, especially with the male teams, right? You're going to see a lot of mixed play styles. And let's check out Team France, actually, because I was talking about how NIP Impact do have a player in this roster. It's actually Astra, but apart from her, it's also Monkey D, Julie, Emerald, Missa, and Marion. And if I remember correctly, Marion, she played alongside Anna, who plays for also Team Romania, but she also plays for Enigma Galaxy, so they were in a team together. Monkey D, Julie, if I'm not mistaken, she has a lot of experience in the scene. She's been active since 2015, and she's played in a lot of teams, but right now she is teamless. But it's at least a lot more insight and into those players, because they have a lot more experience. They've been around for quite some time. Miss as well, she technically played from 2014 up until 2019, and then after 2019 she retired, but it seems like she came out of retirement to play here to represent her country. And that's always nice to see. Always nice to see that you can rely on an experienced player, even though maybe maybe she does something else. Maybe she's not into esports anymore, but she still comes out of retirement to help out when the country calls, I guess you could call it.
When you hear the bells ringing all through the streets, you decide to pick up your shovel and join the war effort. I think that that's something that we'll see more and more in Counter-Strike, especially as we go on to CS2 and we see more female CS initiatives. I think that we will see some of these older, more veteran female players come actually out of retirement and harness and seize some of the new opportunities that we'll see all through the scene. As ESL obviously host their own tournaments, other TOs will try and catch up in the meantime, and I think that we're going to see a lot of competition to try and capture some of that female CS audience, because it is an exciting sort of state of play. Are we saying that this game is maybe a little too random to throw out predictions? Do you have a prediction for this specific matchup? Remember, this is a best of one as well.
Yeah, that's actually a big factor. And well, I guess I don't know if even the map could be a really good indicator. We're gonna get to see Overpass, so
okay,
is it really a good indicator? I mean, I guess for France, they have 3 very experienced players and also a player from NIP Impact. But Team Netherlands, they also have a couple of players from NIP Impact. They also have Missy from a team called Aces, and I think it's really hard to predict because I feel like both teams are really good, right? You got on one hand for the Netherlands, you have new players, playing for good teams and trying to make a name individually as well, and also for the country. And for France, you have experienced players who, as I said, maybe came out of retirement or are still playing, but with all that experience, maybe it's experience from the past. You could make the case like you could get for Team Poland, it could have been Neo and Pasha, right? They have a lot of experience. They're legends of the game, but it's just, are they still up to today's standards? Because the game in 2015, 2016 is completely differently played from how it is played today.
Oh yeah, you just look at the general CS scene, right? How many players from that 2015, 2016 era are anywhere near the top, right? Like it's basically just sort of some of these Danish players, right? Well, you've got maybe Carrigan, you've got Device, you've got Zipnix, and apart from that, like I'm sure that we could pluck up a bunch of names, but a lot of that sort of top echelon of male Counter-Strike from that era has totally fallen off. Most of those guys have just outright retired. And to have that sort of longevity, that's why we celebrate longevity, right? And we, in those sort of star players who can have impact year after year after year. You think about some of the best players in the world in the past, the sort of Get Rights and Olofs, they're no longer playing the game at all. And the sort of new guard of Counter-Strike has come and gone since then. So you'll see exactly the same in the female division, where the guard now isn't going to be the guard or probably won't be the guard by conventional means in 1 year, 2 years time. So if you're a female player looking to get your start, this is a great tournament, a great opportunity to do that, and maybe you can take a team like Nigma Galaxy down on land. Like they've just come off the back of their 5th consecutive ESL Impact title, right? Their 5th sort of world championship for all regards.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, it's more or less, you know, we don't see the same players anymore that we've seen in 2014, 2015, that era. Is that they were kind of, as you pointed out, the old guard, the players that went through a good part of their career through 1.6 first. You know, they were playing since 2003, 4, 5, whatever. But now, as you'll see, the new players coming up, those are the players that started off with CSGO, or maybe they played a little bit of 1.6, but you know, most of their knowledge of the game is with CSGO. And if you have a lot of experience from 1.6 as well, yes, that can help, but in only certain situations, right? Because the game is so different. And as you pointed out, we're just around the corner from CS2, and that's gonna bring a whole new thread of options and whatever you can do. And, you know, with the new smokes, with the ability of actually going back to the idea that, you know, another game influenced this one, you are able to sell whatever you buy. And you just remember how much the game changed when you could drop grenades. It was insane. The B player on Inferno, he always had a set of nades just laid down behind him.
Yeah, and people who say that CS2 compared to CSGO isn't going to be revolutionary, like they're just so wrong. Like we've seen updates. So think about the AWP nerf a couple of years ago, or dropping nades. This meta change completely changes the dynamic of how Counter-Strike is played and who is good at the game. So yeah, you will see familiar faces, right? Just as you did from 1.6 to CSGO or Source to CSGO. But I don't think that we're going to see consistency in the sort of world rankings whatsoever. It's already topsy-turvy, and we haven't even had to change the game. So I think that we're going to see a totally new guard. Think about the Apexes in the Gamer Legions who just took center stage at the previous major, who were teams just not even in contention of making the champion stage or even the legend stage, really. Not thinking that they're going to make it through to playoffs through. So I think that CS2 is going to really mix up the entirety of the CS scene. And we're going to see loads of new sort of spicy material, loads of fresh talent. And I think it's a really exciting time for the ecosystem as a whole.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, it's always going to be CSGO back to, you know, even with the updates, even with the you know, the engine update and the new smokes and the map redesign, or not redesign, but you know, new lighting and everything. It's still bare bones CSGO, right? It's still bare bones CS. It's just, you know, point and click and you shoot the head. So it's still gonna be easy enough to understand, but it's just gonna be it's just gonna bring a new breath of fresh air kind of for the players, right? Because if you've been playing pro since 2012, I mean, you have to be fed up at this, right? You have to be fed up. It's basically the same game. Yeah, the strategies change and you get a new map every now and then, but it's still basically the same, right? So when you get to experience even more new features, right? Because when, yeah, as you pointed out, they nerfed the op, and after that they updated so we can drop the nades. But the difference in the updates was like what, 4 or 5 years, and repetitive is not a good word, because CS is basically repetitive. You just do the same thing on another map. But after 11 years, it surely is repetitive. So you need something new. Although, enough with us rambling about CS:GO and reminiscing on the old times. Yeah,
we're old men at this point. How old are you, Pop?
I am 26, soon to be 27.
26. So you've got me pipped by a couple of years. Nevertheless, before he turns 27, we're going to go to a quick break,
Hopefully.
and we'll be getting into this map very shortly. It'll be Overpass.
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Yash, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
Welcome back, everybody. Netherlands versus France going live in the next couple of moments for an Overpass best of one. I'm once again joined by Pop.
Yeah, I'm still here. I still have some more, facts about how the old times were, but hopefully we don't need them. Hopefully we get straight into the game. Well, we should be going live in a second here, and I'm really curious to see what happens. It's the opening game, and you want to do good in your opening game, right? You get best of ones. You don't get a well, I guess you get a second chance technically, because even if you lose one, if you win the next two, you're technically still through. But there's a situation where let's not worry about that now. It's only the opening game.
Tiebreakers and round robins, it all gets complicated, right? We haven't really talked about the dynamics of Overpass. I actually mentioned it yesterday on the show because, as I mentioned earlier, we've had like 8 days of phenomenal Counter-Strike behind us. We've still got another 5 or 6 ahead of us, though, in this female division. But I talked about the dynamics of Overpass and actually spoke about this Fallen interview that he did with HLTV, where he said that Overpass is still a very tactical map where it's one of the few in the pool where you can go for complicated rotations and really fake out enemies. The skyboxes are totally open, so you can throw nades, smokes, flashes all across the map, support your team from the other side of the map if you're on the CT side, but really throw a defense through the loop on the T side. And he talked about the dynamics. I don't know how much that's going to come into play in this particular matchup, considering these teams just don't have any experience playing together as a roster. So actually getting those cogs turning in unison and having a really robust CT side, a really vicious T side is going to be kind of difficult. And I think that even on a map like Overpass, they're going to fall back into more sort of standard CS, standard ways.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we get to see Overpass because it's, as you said, it could be a very complicated map. So it's not really a map that you can just bug it out on easily, right? If you're playing against a well-established team, well, their strategies are going to be looking very good. But when you're playing against the mix, I guess it can work out. I would have expected more of a Mirage, maybe.
We've seen so much Mirage in this tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. it's the pug map. As long as Dust 2 is out, Mirage is the next best thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think if we had Dust 2 in the map pool, we would have seen a much bigger disparity in the maps, but Mirage has been a key feature of our broadcast basically every single day. I want to say that maybe like 70+% of the maps that we've watched have been on Mirage, and that's considering we've seen the best of threes. I don't think that I've casted a single series where Mirage didn't play a factor.
Oh yeah, it's just, especially in best of ones, again, it's just so easy to peek into Mirage, right? But I mean, as long as you're proficient on Overpass and your team plays, I actually want to double check if Nip Impact do play a lot of Overpass. Yeah,
I mean, that's the interesting question, right? Because you don't have any solid rosters in this matchup in particular, so nobody's going to have the tactical advantage. So knowing that your opponents are going to be just as unprepared as you might as well go towards it anyway and take your chances.
It's interesting. I'm seeing here that Nip Impact actually won against Nigma Galaxy 16-3 on Overpass. So
wow, okay.
They should have some insight, right? As Kiara and Naomi play for a team, and also Astra plays for a team. So it's gonna be hard to you can't really use the tactics from your own team, like get it together with the other girls and just tell them, we're gonna use this, we're gonna do this. Well, she's gonna know. The enemy players are gonna know because they have a player from your team. So I guess they're just gonna, I think just bug it out. Maybe try some strategies, but nothing too complicated. I don't expect. You were talking about the tactical aspect. I think it was gotta cast 500 against ex-Copenhagen Flames, and it was ex-Copenhagen Flames on the T side doing insanely well. I hope I remember that right. They had some very interesting rotations, just fakes and all that, and they were just toying with 500 at first.
Yeah, and Copenhagen Flames has always been that sort of organization who's been able to put together really complicated strategy like that. We've seen it for just months and months and months and years, in fact, across their different rosters. I would say towards Overpass as well, the AWPs play a massive factor, much more than a map like an Inferno, like if you go into even Anubis, really. I would say that Overpass, that AWP is really key. So I'm interested to see even just who's picking it up and what impact that particular person is going to have on the map here.
For sure, and yeah, I'm really curious when we get into the game. I mean, we know that I think the knife round was played, so I guess you just want to start on the CT side, because we were talking about Overpass, how it's the second most CT sided map at this point. Nuke is the most CT sided, but I would argue that Overpass is just as hard. It's just as I mean, for the T side, if you get just a good start on the T side, you can actually feel pretty comfortable, even if it ends as a 9-6 for the CT sided team, or a 10-5 even. You're still comfortable there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's at the very top echelon of Counter-Strike. I wonder how that's going to sort of change in this particular tournament. In the male division, we saw some really robust T sides where the CT sides just seemed unprepared. The communication's off, right? And I would say that communication is one of those sort of key 2 or 3 facets of a really strong CT side. On the terraced half, you can sort of run and gun, pug, rush through smokes, try and bamboozle players. Whereas on the CT side, you have to be responsive. Those calls need to be right in time. If you're calling an over rotation, then that's just as big of a problem as an under rotation, right? You can really fall foul, and that's been a real problem actually in the male division. So I actually expect that trend to carry on, right? As this sort of tier of Counter-Strike is going to be a similar-ish level.
And yeah, unfortunately, just as a quick update, we're still not just ready with the game, so we're gonna throw it to another quick break. But when we come back, we're gonna go straight to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Netherlands versus France. Finally going live here. All the technical issues out of the way. And it will be the Netherlands to start on this CT side pop.
Just gonna have to bring up the match page so I know who everyone is, basically, because there's some interesting names. But that's Shirley Julie taking down Missy in Con, opening up the game, basically, since we did have a pretty big technical break in that kill. Missy trying to get an answer here.
This
Not
is
able to
distracting
find them.
all of the attention here inside the connector. They actually don't know that there are 3 players down here, but Main's going to realize this one soon. Spots the C4.
Okay, that's a good headshot from Kiara, but they're going to be backstabbed from both sides. Okay, Julie and Emerald taking down 2 players. Who is Emerald? I'm wondering.
Emerald's the green one.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That was a really nice pop-down connector as well.
never mind.
Just taking the attention away from the Netherlands from both angles. There's just nowhere to look, and that leaves them with 30 seconds left and kind of the world at their feet. Tiggs was the last member of this B bomb site, and she's just rotated away. So they're going to walk into a totally open site here. Plan absolutely guaranteed, and that smoke towards heaven just to seal the deal even further. Emerald's got nice and close, and I don't think these pistols are going to check her.
Julie taking down one more, although Naomi finds one. Needs 2 more, though. There's a player right next to her, and she's gonna find a headshot into Emerald, and now it's a 1-on-1 against Marion. Wow. Naomi! That was so clean out of her. The triple kill to open up the game with a round in favor of Netherlands. Wow.
Really heads up play from Naomi as well to just check all of the angles on the entrance into the pursuit of that B-bomb site. You don't often see these sort of 1v2, 1v3 clutch retakes, but she pulls one in the first round of this series. Long awaited, but so worth it. 1-0 here for the Netherlands. They'll pick up a better buy first, but France respond right back with 3 AK-47s, 1 Tech-9 on Marion, and that scout comes out for Emerald early. So we were talking about the AWPers and how impactful they can be here on Overpass, and well, we'll start to see the configuration of that one early as she hits a really clean headshot.
Already a 5-on-3. You know, it's the force buy out of the French side since they did get the bomb planted. So let's see how this one plays out for them. As they are hesitant, although I think you still need that Tech-9, Marion, but she's going to retrieve it. And they're looking to get aggressive here to get some info because they're at a disadvantage. Not the cleanest spray, but it works out, and Marion goes down, making it at least a little bit better.
Julie's going to be such a problem here inside the connector.
Oh, yeah.
They actually haven't checked for her yet. So as these AK-47s start to circle B, they're getting closer onto Tiggs's position. And oh no, she's rotating away again. This is the wrong time. 2 rounds in a row.
Oh, Astra, that's a good headshot. Kiara and Tiggs in a 2-on-4. You know, Naomi's not around, so who's going to clutch up this time? Or is there going to be a clutch up this time? Still have the scout there on the side of the French, and Tiggs takes down Astra. A little bit better, getting the AK. Kiara finding one into Missa. No way to let this one slip as well, right? Flash comes in. Emerald missing the shot, and she's down to 13. Who's going to peek first? It's going to be Julie. It's going to be both of them, but Julie's all alone now. And Julie tries to clutch it up, and it is going to be actually the 1-on-2 from her. Very close situation, but France will claim the round, and they will get the equalizer very early on.
That is such a scary round there. It looks like they've got the B-bomb site totally under wraps, but it all comes down to Julie in a 1 versus 2. Remember, that was a 2 versus 4. The Netherlands should be totally locked out, basically like forced to save in that situation. There's no reason to even go in and give away your weapons inside the B-bomb site. Nevertheless, they make it close. They actually have the advantage at one point. They're going to respond with a force buy of their own here in round number 3. Oh, I love the sawn off. You don't often see it at top level Counter-Strike.
You never see it.
Julie's whipping it out. This is a useless shotgun, just for anybody who doesn't see this weapon all too often. I'm just so excited for her to take this corner as the smoke dissipates. She's going to get closer. And it's a 1 shot. Missy just wasn't expecting that at all.
I mean, you never expect a sawed off. Well, I guess
Nobody
that's
expects the sword off to come knocking. And now she's trying to shoot with the shotgun at long range. Oh no, that's just not how that weapon was designed whatsoever. And I'm not even sure if Tiggs is going to want the shotgun.
yeah. I don't think you want to use it. Just better off use the deagle. Now Emerald will just take down Tiggs, and hopefully that sawed off. We'll never see it again. You know, I'm excited if I see a PP Bison or something like that, but even the PP Bison can do something. The sawed off, even in close range, is really unreliable. Although,
There's such a high chance that we just don't see that sawn off shotgun again all the tournament.
yeah, Mesa taken down. Maniskin, I guess it's a ban, no? I think that's well, technically it's kind of the same, but although we'll get back to CS. We'll leave music to others as Marion and Astra will just get the 2 kills needed to claim the round there for France and Netherlands. And we'll have to eco it out. Can't really buy up anything here. So France, you know, gonna be feeling pretty good as they get at least, well, should get the 3rd here as well without any big issues, but who knows? Just the fact is that starting off well, the first 3, maybe even claiming their first the first buy round, and then getting more on the T side of Overpass, it's gonna make them feel a lot more comfortable when they get to the CT side, right?
Yeah, good round as well. Nice, confident 2-1 start. That one definitely a lot more confident. And they have to compete with the pistol stack towards the middle of the map, which they're doing so perfectly. Only Missy remaining. These USPSs, not much investment, all falling by the wayside of these rifles. And most notably, Pop, no damage done. So all of those rifles can stay alive, albeit if nothing changes. Missy might have found a gap, though. They are watching for this. And yeah, Astra's got her number. France, that's number 3.
Now let's see how Netherlands will answer back on their first buy round. They kind of need to, right? You can't really let a lot of rounds slip here.
I feel like the
Especially-
replay operator should just show the sawn-off shotgun kill just every single round.
Yeah, that's just the highlight of the game. But yeah, I feel like they just need to start winning the rounds here. You can really let them convert a lot, because I was talking about how France will be feeling comfortable. Well, you're not gonna feel comfortable if you don't have a lot of rounds on the T side, because again, you pointed out that it's gonna be mostly a pug style played map. So even if you're playing pug style, the map will still favor the CT side, whatever happens, right? It's just the positional advantage, just how the map is laid out and all of that. So they do start off well, taking down Missa, but as we've seen, there's a big potential for clutches for both sides here.
Yeah, and B has been the approach the majority of the time here for Team France. So as Astra gets the information that there's a double stack towards A, I think that's actually going to force them towards the B bomb site. No AWP in play yet, so neither team really being able to afford it. And Tiggs, that's his 2nd kill of the round. Really nicely done there from the bottom of that Noah Tower on A. And I think that's all of the information that Team France need to go into this one.
You know, Julie just
Playing these
spamming
rounds
the wall.
really slowly, Pop. Really slowly.
Yeah, and not well. Unlike a mix, right? You would expect them to be a little bit faster, but I guess they still have some strats in the book there, and not just mixing it out completely. But now Julie just spammed that wall, so she might not check this position where Naomi's waiting, but the flash is perfect. Oh, that's a team kill, but it doesn't matter really, because it's still Emerald in a 1-on-3 with 2 HP. Surely there's an aid in heaven, but Tiggs will just deny the bomb plant with a headshot from the AK. That's going to be Netherlands getting themselves the 2nd round on the board.
Much better from Tiggs as well.
Oh,
Able
yeah.
to open up onto 2. The first inside the connector. The 2nd on that A bomb site, forcing France elsewhere into somewhat of a stack. They're just not able to compete with the barrage of M4 A1Ss. They've got the AWP in hand. It's the first time we see Emerald's AWP make an appearance. She whipped out the scout earlier in round 2. Found a really nice headshot. So this time we'll be sending it towards this playground area where Tiggs is slipped inside of the connector once again. They're going to get close onto Missy. I really like this headshot angle. Like, as soon as the smoke dissipates, you can fall back, knowing that you've not got any cover any longer. But it's such a good way to get a vantage point onto Fountain, really know how this setup is formed.
She also gets some information there because she spotted, I think, a couple of players. Although Marion,
Wow.
oh, that was the aggressions were short, but it was unlucky timing. It was as the con smoke was expiring and flash into bathrooms. Missy though tries to aggress towards long, and she's gonna find Missa. Really similar names there, but big difference, of course, being on different teams. First of all, as Astra will hear the jump here, and we'll hear that there was some information gathered by the French side. Oh, Marion trying to find a kill through the wooden plank, as France seems to be pretty focused onto that A site, but they are a little bit hesitant. And to be honest, that's not a bad idea because it's a lot of players here. It's a couple of players in the third one that can rotate easily, but it will be Marion just faking out that B play and regrouping with her teammates. Oh, the Opera was spotted towards long. It was Emerald playing with the B green. Tiggs gonna take down Astra, going for one more. That's the Opera. You don't really want to peek into the Opera. She's getting close. Nice pick there from Emerald, and it's all down to Kiara in a 1-on-3, pushing through the molly. Didn't get closer to the site to deny the bomb land, so that's France getting another one on the board.
Awkward round from Netherlands as well. They actually spotted the bomb upon long, saw it on the back of Emerald's AWP. Missy, nice kill. You talked about the difference between Missy and Missa. It's almost like Apex playing against Vitality with Apex on the roster.
Yeah.
It's a really awkward one to talk about. But yeah, 4-2, and France have played a really slow game of Counter-Strike. Their policy seems to be just fall into this default, try and find an opening pick or two, and then execute with 30, 25 seconds left on the clock onto either one of these bomb sites. They've targeted both at this point, and they've built themselves a little lead to start this map. That should only extend, considering we're up against pistols in this one. I don't expect to see much investment whatsoever, just the USPSs, not too much to talk of on this Netherlands camp. It's all a matter of damage. Can they find 1 or 2 kills, lower this France economy, which can really start to get out of control really quickly when you start falling into this eco-cycle territory. Emerald with the AWP once again, just such a key weapon to try and take out of their hands. They'll go for all 5 towards this long area again. All the presence towards the A-bomb site with the pistols, and Emerald didn't see anything but pulls the trigger nonetheless. You miss every shot you don't take.
I respect how defensive the French team is, right? Even though they're against USPs, they're not forcing any of those duels. They're just playing it very safe. And Astra, she's been
basically in T-spawn, right? Like they haven't, like Marion literally hasn't moved from T-spawn. She's just watching these angles from afar.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll just clean up there. They do lose Missa, but it's not the end of the world. Losing only 1 player to USPs is not that bad. When you lose 2 or more, yeah, it's then it becomes a little bit of a problem. But in the end, it is France to get away with a round, reaching 5. Netherlands will buy. But if France gets this one, then I feel it's just a very comfortable position for the French team.
Yeah, they do look comfortable on the map right now. They're controlling the pace of this game and slowing it down to a halt. We've talked about it so much, but is this a different spice level? All 5 players anchoring towards this B bomb site, and Tiggs is unaware, doesn't actually spot them crossing into B. Here they come.
Oh, Kiara getting a double kill. They're slowing down this push. Julie will take down Naomi, but there's still another player on the site and a couple in short. So still should be hard for them to get this one cleanly, as Julie's down to 7 HP. Looking for a headshot to get there. Oh, she was spotted, and also Missy took down Emerald. So now it's all down to Julie. Can she clutch up with only 7 HP? You know, it feels impossible, but certainly nothing is impossible, you know. There's always a chance, but as you walk into the crosshair of the Opper, yeah, Missy's just going to take you down with the Op. The double kill for her. And Netherlands will get 1 on the board as well. But it feels like France, they lose a round, then they buy up once again. They send the Netherlands into another eco, and then they just play more rounds. Then they, again, lose 1. But it's just, it works out well for France. Winning 3 rounds but losing 1 is a very good trade for the French team.
Yeah, the Netherlands need to chain multiple in a row here if they're going to get back into this half. Like, dismantling the change of pace there, like a much faster round out of France, is going to be good for your confidence. But yeah, you've got to be able to break apart their defaults as well. And I feel like we're going to see a really slow game just off the default of that last round, seeing how conclusively and convincingly they were able to crush a B-side rush. I just don't think that France feel like they need to play that sort of CS. Instead, wait back, wait for the picks, and Emerald's more than happy to provide it.
Marion forced out of position by that Molly. She's seeing a lot of space wars B constantly. Although they're waiting in the monster smoke, they're going to start pushing, and Missa might be surprised to find 2 players behind her. Yeah, Kiara will take her down. Not pushing into the bathrooms, though. The advantage is in favor of the player waiting inside bathrooms, because, you know, the shadow can be spotted first. But they are looking for a peek towards the A site for a chance to get onto the site, and Marion might still be towards the B site.
And still haven't made their mind up. Bomb's still in T-spawn, and they've got only 30 seconds left. It feels like it's going to be a B play. 2 defenders here, though. Kiora, Naomi, and the AK-47 lying in wait on A. This might actually force the rotates back. But it's moved on the map, Pop. They've still got a defense here on B.
Yeah, and they're taking them down. 7 seconds left. They have to commit to the plant. The plant will be going down. Astra, very important kill there. That might actually save them. That might save the round for France. Astra was spotted, so now they have info on her. But Emerald, she finds a kill, and Kiara didn't expect Astra to be here. Oh, that was so well played out of Astra and Emerald.
Yeah,
only
especially
two
Emerald,
players live.
right?
Yeah.
She actually provides the key frag into heaven with that AWP. Like, if Emerald goes down there, then that bomb site falls. We see another retake go Netherlands' way. It's been a while since we've seen one. And this is the eco you were talking about earlier, Pop. They're forced right back onto one. Only pistols will be provided for this round 10 defense. I just don't see them doing anything conclusive here and getting themselves up to 4 in this particular round. I feel like we're almost destined for a 7-3 start. And that's just off the back of how slow France have been playing. Like, I'll keep beating the dead horse here, but they're getting all of the information early, and even just giving away the AK-47 in Marion's position, it's worth its weight in gold if you're going to go towards the other bomb site, but France haven't responded. They're just waiting for the push to follow through, and Netherlands don't feel the need to re-aggress into the CT spawn and deeper, but this is so much map control that you've got to clear out. Like, how many corners you've got to before you actually get to this B site? There's loads of them. They've actually split the defense.
Now, as it is not the best buy for the Netherlands side, right? They're still playing it really safe here. France, you don't want to lose to a piston round. It's, you know, the hardest thing that can happen to you, and go over it. Oh, Julie, that's a nice headshot to Kiara. There's still an AK onto the side. Naomi getting that kill. Tiggs making sure her teammate is okay, as Astra will make sure that they're not. Emerald finding one, and Missa will take down Tiggs. Now, they do those 3 players this time around, but again, it's not the end of the world. I feel like it worked out well for them and how slow they were playing. And again, they reached 7 on the T side of overpass. So that's insanely well, insanely good. And Netherlands, I feel like whatever happens in the rest of this first half, right? I feel like they need a very solid T side to actually get the fight to France, because otherwise it's just gonna be, you know, them rolling over Netherlands with on the CT side where it's technically easier. Kiara just trying to be aggressive, but look at Marion. She was ready. Missa as well, and they tried to be aggressive, but this time there's cover there for France.
And this is what happens when you play aggressive against a really slow T side. They're just going to be waiting on the other side of these smokes. for these easy kills to come through. Missy actually misses that information through the corner of that particular smoke and doesn't spot the AK-47 lurking inside of the monster. Could have attention from both angles as Astra takes connector control and actually spots some legs. So Astra can now sneak down in behind and find an easy headshot, isolating only the single defender left on B. It's Main, and she's also been spotted. Marion's got this angle totally under lock and key. Great headshot. Tiggs wondering where this one all went wrong, and France are going to take an 8th. I can confirm that. Pretty much their most dominant round of the half thus far. Losing a single member.
Oh, Tiggs not paying attention to the right angle. Emerald just gets an easy headshot with the op. And that's another one on the board for the French side. No, I remember last year in the female qualifiers. It was Netherlands to actually win against Team Romania in the qualifier. And right now they're fighting for a spot at the event where Romania being the host country already sending a team. And really curious, I would be very curious to see if Netherlands will be the team to make it, how the game would look against Romania, right? Because last year it was very close. It was best of 3, but it was very close in both. I think it ended as 2-0, but it was very close in the end. So I would be very, very interested to see how that one would look. But you know, they need to qualify. And if I'm not mistaken, for Europe, there's only a single spot up for grabs, because the other two are going to be Romania because they're the host country, and Poland because they won last year's female championship.
Yeah, I actually read that as well. This female division, despite having a bunch of teams in it, only giving one spot away. So we will literally find the best of the best from this qualifier to make their way forward. They've got to win the best of ones first, though, and France are doing just such a good job in this particular map at getting a claim at this 1-0 start in the group. Might be slow starters. We might have had an agonizing technical pause, but they came out of the gates just incredibly fast. Cura, that's a key shot to hit, but Marion actually fills the gap with the AK-47 and makes that particular rifle unretrievable. They're not going to be able to get towards it unless Cura is able to hit more and more headshots. These pistols starting and finishing off the round, Naomi. That's beautiful. And the Netherlands, just out of nowhere with a screeching 4th round.
Yeah, just very, very well played there with the Deagles. With the P250 as well. There was a P250 kill in the mix. And this time, it's because they were playing so slow. Because France were so slow, they had the chance to get behind them. And they had no one to cover, by the way. They were slow, but they weren't holding every angle. So that was a very big misplay from the side of France. And, you know, they're not happy about it. They did lose the round. And that gets them actually very close to an eco. So if Netherlands actually manage to win this round, it should be very, very good for them. Julie, as she tries to play through Con. Oh, will the door swing open? That's the problem. And it will, but Tiggs will be the one to claim the kill. Emerald throwing the molly as Kiara was already holding down the angle, and she goes down as well, making that a 5-on-3 in favor of the Netherlands.
Wow, just like that. It feels like Netherlands have almost cracked the code of this first half just in the last couple of seconds. Those pistol round anti-eco wins can be so demoralizing. Another 5v3 though. France have been good in these clutches as of late, especially in the rifle rounds. And you've got one of the heavier hitters, Astra, 14-7, still alive.
Slowly making their way through bathrooms as seems like there's a third player rotating towards the A site. Missy's going to peek into long, not going to see anyone, and takes and the jumps she might be able to soon enough. But again, 30 seconds left. France, I'm really curious how Netherlands didn't push up until now. They always play so slow, and again, they don't really have anything to cover their backs. They have to force the push into the site. Missy finding the shot onto Missa. There's Astra with a double kill. And she finds the triple as well, making it a 2-on-2. Somehow it works out. An individual play out of Astra. She's 17-7. She's having an amazing game so far. And they will fall back to safer positions as the bomb is planted for Med. They're going to regroup and Med. And it's going to be Naomi and Kiara trying to get this one in the 2-on-2. It was basically a 2-on-5. Tap onto the bomb. Naomi stepping. They know they're not on it. And Marion will find one. Kiara trades, but now it's down to 1-on-1. And Kiara just wants to save the op. So it's going to be Team France claiming round number 9. And Astra, what an insane individual play from her. The triple kill to get the side open and also get themselves into a pretty good position.
Yeah, triple opening too, just really nicely isolating all of these players, finding 1v1 after 1v1, and even the AWP falling to allow that C4 to go down. That has got to be just such a massive momentum switch. After losing an anti-eco round like that, like you've got to do something to bring it back in your favor, and having a massive individual play is just the way to do it. France 1 away from double digits. They'll have such a big lead, a stronghold on this first half, a bit of a stranglehold even. One more investment for Team Netherlands, though. An AWP on Missy. It hasn't really done too much, though. She's sat at the bottom of the scoreboard, 4-11. She sat on only one player in and above double digits. That was Kiora, and thanks to her, they were able to find at least 2 of those rounds, one of which triple kill with Deagle. Netherlands just need something miraculous to get them back into this half. Otherwise, it's not happening. We'll see a 10-5, 11-4 scoreline. Emerald already poised with the AWP off the corner of that smoke, looking towards the playground, that party area. Zorbs can take so much map control just single-handedly.
And I just feel like for the Netherlands, at some point they can start pushing, right? It's usually when you're playing this slow, you're putting a lot of pressure onto the enemy team, but sometimes the enemy team can actually use that against you. Although it's just such a big difference that I don't think they afford to push behind. You know, it worked out and that eco round, because in eco rounds you're gonna see a little bit more of an unusual strategy. But this time they're gonna try to be a little bit more careful here in the Netherlands, because you know they only got 4 and it's the CT side of overpass. Missy actually missing the shot there onto Astra. Could have taken down the most dangerous player on the side of on the side of France. But she will rotate into B. Oh, and she wants to peek towards Monster. Marion didn't stand a chance. It was an instant shot. Could have gotten a headshot, but her crosser was a little bit too high. And they were actually converged towards the B site. Oh, Missa finding Missy. And Astra, I don't know how she wins that duel, but she does it anyway. Naomi finding a double kill, but she might be overwhelmed. Julie's not looking in the right direction, and Naomi won't be overwhelmed. She's going to get the triple kill, and that is the 5th round for Netherlands.
Yeah, just individual heroics from each of the Netherlands players to win any rounds on the board. It hasn't been a team effort whatsoever. It's just been, isolated players before Kiora. This time, Naomi. A 5th round for the Netherlands, and a much-needed one at that. Being down 11-4, 10-5 really makes you reliant on just winning that pistol round, that second half pistol. Otherwise, you're basically out of the map already. And round number 15, and the first time that France have been forced onto a non-ideal buy. Trades are afoot. It's actually Astra to find not just a teammate, but training up that kill onto Tiggs inside of the connector. So all of this confirmed damage early, and she's going to back away with an M4A1S. It's the only rifle France have to use in this one as they send their attention towards the A-bomb site. 14 of these rounds, Pop, have been just painfully slow.
Yeah, again, sometimes it's a drawback, sometimes it's an advantage. Well, let's see how it works out. Still, a 3-on-4. They won harder situations, especially with Austria leading the pack. So this time she will be doing that with an M4. to leave them for. She has the armor, so she can surely hit the headshots, although Messi will take down Marion, and she doesn't check her right, so she will go down. Missy finding Emerald, and that is the 6th round for the Netherlands. It's, you know, a 9-6. It's not bad. I mean, they claim some rounds back, but it's just the fact that France got 9 on the T side. It's just such a good T side on this map.
Yeah, really good T side, right? And it felt like it could have been a lot more there. Like, Astra just doesn't check her corners on her pursuit into the A bomb site. That Optimus corner just like a must check. Unable to do so. France still with the lead though, and this pistol round could really just close out this entire map and series. Emerald, she's got the defuse kit. The only one that we'll see on this CT side is standard. Everybody else with Kevlar. Emerald has 2 flashbangs, so we'll see where that's put to use, maybe in a potential retake scenario. And this B bomb site only has 1 defender pop.
Yeah, they were expecting an A play. And Marion finds a kill. Oh, she's out of bullets, and Tiggs will get the headshot easily. But at least she traded herself out, right? She got a kill, and then it comes the kill onto her. Flash over Con. They'll take over Short and also Monster, but Netherlands, they're focused a lot into CT and actually Heaven. By ABC, it is Naomi looking for a headshot. Julie finding one to Missy, but there's a trade from Naomi. Julie finding more. Naomi with a double. I think that's a triple already. Oh no, right now it is. Julie finding Kiara, and it's a one-on-one. We'll tap the bomb, but there's not enough time. No defuse kit, and Naomi will be the one to clear out the site from French players and win the round for Netherlands. 14 kills for her, with a quad kill start things off in the second half. And maybe, maybe they have a strong T side as well. Maybe
Naomi and Kiora have been the only real saving graces for the Netherlands in this map, if we're being perfectly honest. It hasn't been the team play or the tactics that have won them any of these rounds. It has been individual prowess. Everybody else in single-digit kills here on Overpass. They will have an opportunity to rack up a couple here against a full eco. Not much investment whatsoever, just a smoke grenade picked up by Marion. I'm not even going to get an opportunity to throw it, more than likely, as everybody hits the deck. And it's all important kills on the Mac 10s, Pop. So that's more money going into the Netherlands coffers as they close the scoreline. A close map. I felt like France were going to run away with this one early. They look like by far the more dominant team on their T side, but we haven't seen a rifle round on their CT half yet, and we'll finally get the opportunity to do so. 2 Famases, 3 M4s, plenty of utility as well. Lacking a smoke on Emerald, but as they throw that monster smoke very early on, that'll bounce right into the tunnel there. They've got a minute 45 to try and hold this one back. A faster approach through these smokes for the Netherlands.
Oh, Astra helped out by Emerald. She's going to win a duel, but she's going to go down to the Mac 10, but misses all alone now. Gets the double. And she will get herself an upgrade. Gets the AK. Now, in a 1-on-3, not the easiest situations, but it's only possible. As she's looking to go down into Con, maybe into Short. She's being held by Marion. Only has a FAMAS, so, a pretty big disadvantage. Not too big of a fan of the FAMAS, but we'll see how it goes. As she wants to
He actually re-engaged into the angle, so knows that Missy isn't actually in the connector any longer, or knows that she hasn't actually pushed into T-Water as she takes the map control. I've got to say, France have been a lot better on this CT side at taking their own map control. They've got all of the information, and I do not know if Missy's going to check this corner here, so could be dead to rights. Needs to look behind her, and just way too many angles to check. Doesn't decide to look to her left where Julie is holding. And France take their 10th. That was a bonus round for the Netherlands. They didn't decide to invest into more than the SMGs they were previously holding. So they will have AK-47s. And this is the first real gun round of the second half. So let's see what sort of flair the Netherlands can bring into it. I really just expect them to go back to a default. Wait for these picks, and France to almost do the same, but take more map control towards the toilets and the A-bomb site.
Emerald, quick peek towards the playground. for a second. Slipped my mind there. Towards the playground, but she only got some info. Didn't really get any damage off. She's still in a pretty good position, and she has Astra with her. Astra and Emerald have been... I feel like they're a pretty good deadly duo here. Oh, Emerald. Yeah, that's the problem when you peek into bathrooms. Your shadow is showing. Emerald finding the double kill. Opening up the round for the French side. As Netherlands, they have players all over the map. They're scrambling to regroup. Because you need strength in numbers right now. You're at a disadvantageous position. And if you want to make it into B, there's only a couple players there. I think that's their best chance. And they might have read this one right. But a rotation can actually come through. Because Emerald, she's in playground right now. So they have a lot of info. That A is completely open. And they can just stack the B site. Although the peek here is not good. Julie finding a headshot. Naomi looking for an opportunity as well, but they're not really peeking out here, France. They're kind of taking it slow, as they were doing on the T side as well. They don't really commit to a lot of this fights unless they really have to, and I completely respect that. I really like that approach from them. 11-8, they claim another round.
Yeah, not clearing out Emerald there with the flashbang was the key mistake that started the domino effect of a flawless round there for Team France. And I've got to say, their CT side does look a lot more competent and robust. They're taking map control really effectively away from the Netherlands. They knew absolutely that it was going to be a B hit before that came through. Everybody was ready, even had the stack there towards the lower bomb site. And Julie's already fished out all of the information. That spray is just so close. Doesn't actually do any damage this time, but we've seen so many times here in CS that can be a really lethal angle to spray away at. Astra loves this particular angle inside the toilets. This time getting only a 1-for-1 trade against the Glocks. That's just not good enough. So the AK-47 falls. It's unfortunate. And no player inside the toilets to actually respond and take away that AK-47 from the hands of Team Netherlands, who head back to B.
You know, having Marion here by herself, she was the one that was actually constantly aggressing towards B on the T side, right? So it makes sense that you're going to send her towards B. She knows how the attacks would or could look. Good flash there to delay them just a little bit more, but there's an answer. There's a flash coming over, and Marion now just to cover until help gets here. Good headshot into the first, but it is Naomi to find one of the AK. Missa lands the shot with the FAMAS, and he's down to 2 players. Naomi, no armor, but she still has the AK. P250 for Missy as the bomb is planted, but they're waiting for the flank of Emerald, and they're going to realize it soon enough, right? Actually, she starts running. Naomi spotted in water. Julie, awkward duel, and she's gonna lose it. Naomi peeks out once more, and now she's the one-on-one. Can she land a headshot? Yes, she can! And what a mistake from France. Naomi, wonderful clutch there. Her second clutch like that, and France just not being confident enough in taking the duel. I mean, she has no armor. Just peek out.
First, it was a quad kill from Naomi to single-handedly win the round. She goes one better with an ace there in round number 20. Just look at these headshots. She was absolutely the win condition here in this round. The only person with a rifle, and yeah, she's just able to single-handedly do it, just clawing the Netherlands back into this map. It felt like Overpass was just dead in the water for them, but oh my lord, she has just solo ran Overpass almost to an even scoreline. Won't check this corner this time, but Naomi again in the kill feed. Such a fast trade.
Gonna reposition, gonna regroup towards that B site. Marion and Missa hold it down. Missa finds the first kill. Can she find one more? Yes, he can. Kiara didn't expect her to still be there. Oh, Naomi is, of course, the one to take down Marion, but now she goes down to Missa. And it takes 1-on-3. Flash doesn't affect her, but she can't seem to find Missa. I think she realizes that She must be in water, but she wasn't looking in the right direction.
Chris is going to be happy with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just staying alive for so long on B. There's no way that even with the coverage of that pillar that she should be alive more than 5-10 seconds into that attack. You just see her isolate all of these angles once again. That pillar's so powerful here. It's why the B-bomb site is so hard to get into a lot of the time, even backing off into the water, and Tiggs has just completely lost track of her. Not on her mini-map, and it's a 12th round for Team France. As soon as Naomi or somebody else hits one of these like amazing clutches, these solo performance rounds, France bounce right back with just a very standard round of CS where everybody sort of pitches in. Maybe one of these 3 heavy hitters at the top of the scoreboard takes the charge. That's been Emerald, Julian, Astra. We talked about Astra's openings earlier. Been a little bit quieter on this CT side. Nevertheless, still France with a 3-round lead up against a really shaky buy here.
Waiting for the peaks here. Astra spots out a couple of players, and luckily she gets away unscathed, but wants to take some more duels here. Naomi looking for some more of those headshots, but Kiara won't hit any, and Emerald will take down Naomi. You know, as Astra was most dangerous player on the side of France for the T side. She is for the CT side as well, but certainly it is Naomi for the Netherlands. But she's been shut down time and time again. If you let her clutch up 1-on-3, 1-on-4, she can do it. But as they're pushing in, if she goes down early, well, she's not going to be getting into that situation to clutch up. Missa taking down Missy. And it is 13 for the side of France, getting closer and closer to the match point.
Yeah, and remember, Naomi is going to be really happy with the way that her personal performance shone through on this map. A quad kill and an ace in basically back-to-back clutches. She's just going to be over the moon with that, but they're just asking way too much of her here in this particular map. 9-13, France looking to close out Overpass with the AWP of Emerald. And up against Pistols, Marion throws down the incendiary right at the start of round number 23. And I think these Pistols are going to walk right into this one. Marion's more than ready for it, and the Molotov's going to do the rest. A flawless France defense there on B, as the rifle's just a little too powerful. Get them onto 14.
Yeah, and not a lot of space for mistakes here for Netherlands. They kind of have to... start getting rounds on the board. If it doesn't start like that, it's going to be France just closing it out weekly. So
they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into this map. They've
yeah.
been held out at the door. As I said, individual plays, that's what they've been relying on to take every single one of these T-sided rounds. This time, a hunkered attack into absolutely nobody on the defensive poise of A. France are going to hear this and rotate basically everybody upstairs. Julie the first on the rotation, but Astra is still here on long. The solo floating voter gets eliminated from the server, and this is a really difficult retake behind the smokes.
it's a 4-on-3. It's going to be a hard one. Even saving is not a bad idea here for France. It seems like they do want to try it. Going for long. Missa peeks out of the bank. She gets a kill onto Kiara, but there's Missy with a double and Emerald. Yeah, just now she goes for the save. Double digits. Double digits for Netherlands, and at least you got that going for them, but it's still going to be a buy for France. Oh, the opera's been spotted. Emerald will not miss that shot. A very important shot to hit.
Yeah, Orb carried through. That's really pricey reinvestment if she needs to buy that one yet again. Emerald's been relying on this AWP from the very start. You even saw her get the scout out. And this map is not over. Netherlands taking a tactical timeout here on the T side. And they're 6 rounds away from victory, 5 away from OT. We've seen much bigger comebacks here in the WEC regionals, albeit this is the first day of play of the female competition that you're watching right now. And the Netherlands trying to pull off quite the heroic comeback on Overpass. It would be quite the feat. I haven't really been too hopeful of this T side up until round number 24. That was probably their best round from a team perspective, able to really overwhelm the defense, find those opening picks, and France weren't able to deal with it in time. As soon as you find that A site with a one-man advantage, it becomes a lot easier to hold. How do France respond? They've been stopping the Netherlands from chaining together rounds on both halves. I actually don't know if the Netherlands have taken 2 consecutive rounds at all this map. Like, maybe just the once.
Oh, Marion gonna swing out into Monster, and she's gonna be taken down by Naomi. Julie, she's on to B as well to help out, but Missa might be in a whole lot of trouble, and she needs some help. Finds a kill into Naomi. Kiara trades out, and yeah, so far Julie not really being all that helpful. Missy taking her down, and I think it's maybe Fastra finds a kill or 2. Maybe they still go for this one, but no, I think it's just a save. Yeah, it's just a save. I don't know. I don't understand how, Marion pushed towards Monster. They tried being aggressive. It didn't work out. But then Missa was all alone onto the site, and Julie, she wasn't sure, but she was just holding an off angle. Couldn't really help out a teammate. Emerald will find a kill onto Missy, but just a consolation prize, as they're still going to lose around. It's still going to be 11 for the Netherlands side. And Emerald, that's another nice shot. Taking a lot of those weapons off of the hands of Netherlands and dealing a lot of damage, which is very important as they're saving the weapons, right? They were in a 2-on-4 basically. Decided not to go for the round, but in the end, only one player from Netherlands will survive.
And those close rounds are really going to stop the Netherlands building up that all-important money coming into the key rounds of this half. Taking 11 regardless and closing up our scoreline here on Overpass. Just 3 separate these two teams here. Emerald back with the AWP here, and France's money is looking shaky for the first time. That's an aggressive smoke towards Monster. That will give them an early push out if they want it. Missy can actually take the initiative on her own if she wants to do so, because her teammates are going elsewhere, towards A, in towards Playground, and later towards Party. But Astra is taking initiative of her own, and nobody is watching for this one. Yes, they've got main. She's got the C4 watching for these flanks, but all of this is going to be communicated over. Missy, gun out right time, and Astra has been compromised.
Yeah, losing their top performing player first here. France, Emerald. Not looking towards long, and there's no one there to help her out. Smoke coming in. Oh, right now she's been looking towards long. She's going to take down Naomi. Actually make it into bank. Bomb will be planted safely. But Miss is down to 24. It's a little bit of a scary situation. Is there a smoke? There's still a smoke onto Emerald.
We talked about these A-site retakes earlier, Pop. They're so difficult.
Yeah, there's the smoke I was talking about. Onto the bomb. No one defusing just yet. There's a tap on the bomb, but they take down a couple of players. There's the answers from France, and Kiara. Can you stop the defuse? No, Julie's gonna win it. Oh, Netherlands. They thought no one was defusing anymore, and Julie even gets one more kill. That's 15 for France, and look at the money on the side of Netherlands. It's not that good.
That's such disrespectful play from France as well. They committed 2 players to that bomb defuse, and it's Julie to finally find it. 4 chances at closing out Overpass here. Remember, this is a best of 1 pop, so no follow-up map. No third map or deciders here in this particular series. Instead, they need to close this out with an overtime comeback here, the Netherlands. They've been playing from behind since the very start of this map. France's money, though, that's the only saving grace. It's so low. If a comeback's going to happen, it has to start right now, though. They've got no other chances.
What's the play? What's the best play here? Sending the Mac 10 towards A, just trying to surprise a player from France. Missy slowly walking through bathrooms, and they might not expect her. Although Astra, she got in behind her. She spotted her. Yeah, that's Missy gone. That's a lot of info. They should know that it's going to be a B hit by this point. And that's the flash towards Monster. Marion taking down the bomb. This might as well be the last round. If not, if they can pull this one off, Naomi will be the one, but she can't get anyone. Missa peeks out, gets the double kill. And that's France claiming the first game in the group, getting themselves up to 1-0. And, well, a pretty good performance, I would say. Maybe a little bit shaky from time to time, but overall, I'd say both teams actually played pretty well. Maybe, you know, Netherlands, maybe they need a little bit more on that CT side of overpass. But in the end, they got pretty close.
Yeah, I would say that France probably proved themselves as the much better team. Like, I thought that 16-11 actually a little closer than I expected, looking at the caliber that both of these teams put into play, especially on that CT side. Like, France just looked way better, way more prepared. And a lot of it came down to Astra on both sides of the map, really, single-handedly opening up bomb sites, but also being the single player who's taking all of the information away from you on that CT side, pushing in through connector, through toilets, and you only need those plays to work out like just over half the time, and you're winning your team rounds. And she was certainly doing that, just like giving them all of the information that B play was coming in there in the final round of play, and closing it out 16-11. So comprehensive victory there for Team France, and I'm excited to see what they can do later on in the tournament as well. Definitely some players to keep tabs on.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just wanted to quickly highlight Marion as well, as she was constantly present towards B, putting pressure onto that side, and also on the CT side, she was the anchor of the B side, and she was always there just to keep tabs on the side and make sure that they don't get through without her knowing. But with that being said, that's going to be the first game of the day done. There's at least, well, there's two more, and the next one is going to be Portugal taking on Wales. We're going to go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to see the second game of Group B.
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, international esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're
dos, tres.
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. Enemy spotted. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
one purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings.
All right, then, no nonsense. Right into this one. It's our second best of one of the day on Mirage here. We've got Wales starting on the T side, and they come into this map massive, massive underdogs. I just can't understate that one. Portugal, they've got some serious experience on their side, and they'll be putting it to use within this CT spawn. They've got a crossfire early.
Oh, getting the headshots there. It's a 4-on-2 favoring Portugal. Make that a 4-on-1 as Lel player gets the double. I want to double check who's that, because I'm sure that's not the accurate name. You? No, it's actually accurate. Okay, never mind.
Lel player.
Yeah,
I love that name. Honestly, that's my favorite name of the day.
Yeah, that's what it says on Wikipedia. So yeah, it's an accurate. I will apologize for that. Yeah, sure. It's a nice name. It's a good one. But right now for Portugal, of course, Lel player, Ada, D7, Zana, and Dali. And for the Welsh side, Bethan, Nadia,
I feel like Bethan has a Discord as like a Steam name. Just live on the stream.
Yeah, probably. It's GKNC.
For the big lights here. Maybe trying to catch some attention.
Oh, Nadia. Getting a headshot there onto Ada. Ada? No, that's Ada. No. Too many eyes. But Zana should be... Yeah, this should be an easy kill there for the side of Portugal. They just get aggressive, it's against pistols. And it's a clear difference in performance, right? Because Portugal, they had a game against Spain, which went on for quite some time. It was a 16-13. Wales actually managed to take a round off of Iceland.
There's a technical timeout. We are so behind schedule today. Like there's no secret behind that. But I feel like Portugal might put us back on track though, because they are the massive favorites here in this map. Like Mirage being a puggy map as well. I think that we'll be seeing them push all over the map, quite similar to what they just did in round number 2. Now they've got the better buy as well. Remember, they're going to be playing this like a bonus, just like chain to the wall. I imagine that this is going to be a
teams on those sides, right? Because for Wales, we can't really get a lot of info into them. They are the Welsh selection, but I don't think they're playing for any team at the moment. But for Portugal, you have 3 players from being a keeper. That's D7, Ada, and Zana. Dali and Lil player joining them. JTR as their coach, actually. JTR, who was the coach of Nigma Galaxy before. Now...
You mean like the caster, JTR? Oh, no, that's JLT. No, my bad.
Yeah. He's a Portuguese coach. No, you messed it up now. He's a coach, and now he coaches a team called Odic, playing in the South American region. So... he has a lot of experience coaching both male and female teams. Not that it's necessarily a difference to be made there, just as a point. But
I feel like JRT, the commentator, does actually coach a female team as well. I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I know that he's got a lot of experience in Counter-Strike. I know that he's been casting for sort of like 10 plus years. Loads of experience in the game, like loads of actual game knowledge as well. And I feel like he's put that to use by coaching a team. I don't know which one, or even if it's true.
I mean, he technically, at least on Wikipedia, he doesn't say anything about coaching a team. So
then maybe it's not true. Maybe I'm just making it up.
Maybe he is, maybe an open team or something like that, helping out a team with his experience.
It could be the case, and I actually, when casters ask for my personal advice, I say coach a team, play for a team, get loads of experience actually in the game, as in depth as possible. Obviously, these players in the server right now are actually putting that to practice. 2-0, and we talked about how massive favourites Portugal are in this particular series. And they're just looking really confident all over the map. Again, pushing towards mid. That's D7 taking the initiative. And this M4 is about to come to use. Low HP players as well. And does want to push the issue into both of them. Quick kills. And she will actually confirm the bomb is down towards that side of the map pretty speedily.
Wait, it's Obi and G can see. Or only G can see as D7. She got herself the quad kill. Can she get the ace? Oh, you bet you bet she can. I mean, she's on full HP. Just a very clean round out of D7.
I like how we've got 2 Discord tags, like obvious Discord tags as names in the server.
It happens.
I'm attempting to add one myself and see if it's real. It's gotta be.
It might just be, a number assigned by challenger mode, I think.
It could be. It's like a Val tag.
Yeah, it's just something to differentiate yourself on the website. But as we get into the 4th round, Wales are playing with the pistols, and yeah, Portugal, they're looking to get aggressive. They're not shy of a gunfight, and Dolly taking down Obi, opening up the situation there in their favor. And Portugal, again, we were saying how it should be a big difference in terms of how well they do. That's a smoke I've never seen before, but I think it actually blocks LoL players' vision. Anyway,
I'm not sure that smoke exists. It's not a smoke. It's just inside of Sandwich. That's really funky. Easily the first time I've seen that smoke thrown in CSGO. Nevertheless, yeah, 4-0 for Portugal here. The convincing start that we thought this map was going to be. This is an interesting sort of series to go to because it's not often that we see teams with this little experience actually playing like on a broadcast. Like we mentioned before the stream, that some of these Wales players really don't have much game time at all. So Portugal should be able to deal with these players, these newer players, really handily as well. And already coming in with an ace, that's a bit of a sort of a benchmark of what we might likely see later into this map. And the utility usage also just much better here on the Portugal side, like mollying off underpass early, knowing that isn't going to be a threat, allows them to go for more aggressive peaks throughout window and connector, not having to deal with that side of the map. Chikenzie gets onto the scoreboard. That's her first kill here with the AK-47.
Oh, that's a nice shot from Ada, taking down Obi. LoL player doubling up there alongside her teammate. Very well played to take control of T-Ramp. Nadia trying to shoot through the smoke here, trying to find the headshot. Nade. Oh, that's going to deal some damage, but not enough to take her down. And it is Beathan in a 1-on-3. Misses the shot, and that's the end of her. Xana, you miss the shot. She's not going to let that slide. It's going to get that shot, and she's going to take you down. So that's 5 on the board for Portugal. And for the Welsh side, this was, I would say, the most they did so far, right? They
were able to find an opening kill right towards the ramp, but not really congregating off the back of that. Kind of getting stuck in the mud in the flurry of all of these CT pushes, not really being able to deal with this aggression that Portugal are throwing all over the map. They're back onto pistols once again, going for something much more standard into the B bomb site, where there are 2 defenders lying in wait. And this nade, if timed well, could be brutal. Just a little too early, though. That spam. Portugal are just not letting up on the pressure right now, Pop. They're going to spam you. They're going to throw these nades on through. And, well, this Molotov isn't going to sandwich off anybody. Portugal are ready for this.
Oh, Ada might be surprised to find someone through the smoke. No, never mind. She actually turns around, and she's saved by Xana. And with the 5-7, Xana will just end the round. The triple kill. She found her a kill early on. with the op, and then just using the pistol. That was enough.
So what are our predictions for this one? Are we thinking that this is likely going to be a 16-0? It's kind of shaping up that way, right? These have been really, really decisive rounds. The highest player on the scoreboard for Team Wales is Bethan. She's on 2 kills. Everybody else either on 1 or yet to frag, as Olivia is right at the bottom of the scoreboard. They haven't really been able to do all too much in these first 6 rounds. Not really finding kills, not really finding any bomb plants either. They've been in this eco cycle. Max loss bonus now, though, so they'll have money in the next sort of flurry of rounds. And Bethan even picking up the AWP on this T side, so a bit of a new look for the attack. A site seems to be the approach. That's where the C4 is built towards. They've got presence elsewhere. This is the standard default that we often see on Mirage. 1 mid, 1 B. The rest of this attacking setup towards the A site, but already damage done by Team Portugal.
Molly getting used there by Beathan, and well, there's no one towards Sandwich, but Zana will fight G Kenzie. Looking for more into Palace. Although Olivia, check, he might find the right timing to take down Ada. Oh, Ada's been spotted. Surely she goes down here. Yeah, Olivia will find that kill. But now she's all alone. 1 on 4. Lel player. Easy headshot there with the AK. Just swiftly done. And Portugal did get themselves another round. And, you know, you might have called it out. I don't know if it ends in 16-0, but certainly Portugal just get away with it. I mean, it's just such a big difference in experience. Again, we can really get a lot of info into Wales, not a lot for them on their Wikipedia page or something. The Portugal having 3 players playing for Big Equipa, a team that does really well in the ESL Impact. It's this ecosystem, so yeah, it's gonna be very hard for Wales to get anything done here. It's just at least some rounds, at least honorary rounds. Because look at that, Ada just lining them up. Getting the triple kill, gets the P2K out, looking for more. D7 will get the last 2, though, so Ada will just have to get used to that triple kill, but that's the 8th already.
Yeah, the first time that we've seen good fundamentals from Portugal as well, like good rotate. They heard all 5 players inside the apartments, able to get 4 players onto that B bomb site, but they don't need them. The first rifles were able to do the trick. Nevertheless, they had support if needed. 8-0 Portugal. They're halfway there here on this CT side. And Wales, what are they going to do? Oh, is this just a shift walk all the way through the Palace? I'd love to see just a real slam dunk tactic. Just everybody crouch walking through Palace or something a little more wild. They're obviously down on their luck in this particular map. Can they find an opener, though? That's the big question that I've got my eyes on. Bethan's AWP. Isolated with the bomb as well. So if she goes down, then that's the C4 totally exposed. And, oh, Dali, no information. We'll finally see that nade whiz on past and knows that he has to throw down the responsive smoke. Bethan misses that shot, and, yep, that's the bomb gone. So big mistake. A bit of a rookie mistake as well, to leave the C4 just out in the open on that A-bomb site. Obviously, Portugal can just rotate. This round should be such a lock.
Oh, Lel player finding the headshot there onto G Kenzie. It's all down to Nadia and Albie. And that's an awkward duel there for Ada, but she wins it in the end. And Dali will get the last shot, and Portugal, they claim another round. And Wales so far, you were saying
they've
how
only found 6 kills in this map. That's the key sort of takeaway that I'm looking at right now, Pop. Whether they're going to be able to take any rounds in this half is all obviously dependent on who's fragging, and just nobody's fragging on this T side, right? Like between 1 and 2 kills on everybody. Yeah, combined 6 kills, as I mentioned. And Portugal just on another level. That incend, by the way, into the window room is to counter off any smoke to make it land a little lower. But Wales, they're not throwing any. They're just walking into the AK-47. Our player just finding 2 and opening up a line of sight for the AWP.
Zana looking for some more picks. She's not scared of anything. Hits the leg shot onto Nadia as well. And Obby is still there, but with the op, Zana won't miss. And it is Nadia on 16, taken down by the Opper. Just playing really aggressive there, Zana. 13 and 1.
Style, right?
Yeah, exactly. She's 13 and 1. D7 is 11 and 1. Everyone is just getting kills here. And Wales, they're not finding anything. It's been 10 rounds. And they only have how many? That's 7 kills in the whole team.
Yeah, dire straits, really. You need 5 in 1 round to essentially win one of these rounds. I don't see Portugal ever sort of saving in any of these situations, so it is going to have to be a full team wipe to actually put a point on the board. And I think that's really the goal for Wales here. Like, they know the right class, but how do we just claw one round in this map? I'd love to see it. They've taken tactical timeouts as well to discuss. I don't know what you'd be discussing right now. There's obviously a real gulf of experience in this particular map.
I mean, in this situation, it was a tactical timeout. So I'm curious if anything comes out of it, right? If they change up their playstyle a little bit. Ethan had no idea that Zana jumped out of window. Though her teammate should have told her that. Dali wins that duel. Though G Kinsey should have won that any day of the week. You have the advantage there. You can see the feet first. Lel player finding another kill for themselves. And it is only Nadia. 1 on 4. She's going to go down there. Yeah, they had the tactical timeout. And they got a kill into Zana, but that was about it. And Zana was very, very aggressive. I mean, what else can get done here? I mean, what can you change here, Squid? What do you think they can change or something?
I just think that there's a massive experience deficit in the server right now. Yeah. I just think that Portugal are outmatching them. They're just better at Counter-Strike. They've obviously had far more practice. They've actually had success in the upper echelons of the female CSGO scene. So obviously a tough team for Wales to take away. They actually went 0-15 in their last map. They were able to then take the pistol round, later on losing 16-1. But yeah, they were able to take a round in that series. This one though, maybe a little bit harder.
Oh, Obby. Finding one to Lel player, but it is Zana to close it out. Another round for Portugal, and I'm getting used to it. Just seeing this over and over again. 12-0. That is so one-sided so far. They went for Mirage. It was Wales to ban out the last map. They could have gone for Overpass if they really wanted to, but I guess as you pointed out, it's probably going to be mostly mixes. Mirage could be the way to go. But you need to have an upper hand on the enemy. And we can't really see any upper hands here.
Yeah, I don't know if this result would have been much different if we had went to another map, to be perfectly honest with you. Mirage might just be a bit of a comfort pick for Team Wales. It is the most sort of played map, even at the lower levels of CSGO. So if you are just getting your first couple of 100 hours under your belt, then Mirage is probably where you're going to have the most of your experience. And just having the experience to play against one of the better teams in the female divisions is a really big statement. That's something they're going to be happy with. But yeah, how do you put a round on the board? That's the real question. If you were JRT or JTR, what would you be telling Wales right now?
Well, why would you? Why would you talk to the enemy?
If you're just coaching Wales for one round. I guess you give them a really bad tactic, right? If you
yeah, if you're coaching the enemy team,
if you're coaching the enemy team,
yeah, you're probably not going to be too friendly with them. But
I feel like at 13-0, you'd give them a really deep, in-depth tactic.
Yeah, I mean at this point, just the confidence of Portugal is through the roof, right? They're not going to shy away from anything because it's 13-0. It's really hard to claim around at this point, right? And I was looking over at the previous game they had against Iceland. They actually won the second pistol round. That was the only round they won there, Wales. So, you know, not the best prospect. But this time, it's a 2-on-2. There's a chance here. Ada. Oh, there's a flank coming. Oh, but G-Kens, he was caught out by D7, and it's all down to Nadia. Needs a double kill there to clutch it up. Get the first round on the board for Team Wales.
She needs to quadruple her kills here in this round if she's going to win first on the board for Team Wales. Let's see what she does with this opportunity. Back out of Palace and towards ramp. Remember, that bomb is isolated. So as the smokes at the top of ramp fade, Nadia will make her way out. And there's a flashbang. It bounces the wrong way. It's actually a decoy grenade. You don't see them very often. It's going to peek off the back of it. An AWP shot missed. Might actually give her a foothold in. She actually finds the kill. Now she has a chance. D7. He's going to fall as well. Wales. We wanted to see it. That's brilliant. I love it. 16-0. We always get denied it. We almost had a 16-0 in the male division. That was a 16-1. Oh, Wales take another tack, Pop.
Yeah, you know, just use that momentum. Use the motivation, not motivation, confidence. That's the word I'm looking for. Use the confidence that you just got. You know, maybe it was looking hopeless, but I've seen comebacks from 13-2. Wouldn't be my first.
I've never seen a comeback like this, though, right? Where a team has just, like, capitulated totally, where they look totally outclassed on the map, and then they come back. I'm not looking at this one as a potential comeback, really. I just want to see how much damage sort of Wales can do in the server right now. It's obviously like a very, very one-sided matchup. You've got players with real potential on Team Portugal. I want to see what they can do against a better team in this group stage. Obviously, they've got a lot more best of ones, best of threes to be played before they can potentially make LAN. But Wales actually opening up with another entry, starting to punish some of this aggression, Pop.
Yep. No need. Getting thrown over, and you know it's not over till it's over. Just never lose hope. There's always a chance. Although with Zana opping that well from window, it's going to be very hard. The little player taking down G Kensi. And it's down to 2 players again. There's another clutch situation. Zana, though, looking into under now. And oh! Even the screen froze for me for a second. It worked out okay, Obi, finding a double kill. Oh, but Lel player finds the bomb. And now Obi has to clutch up with only 3 HP. We've seen a clutch from Nadia. But with only 3 HP, chances are very slim. And Lel player will just get a headshot there with the AK. Portugal, they will get themselves the 14th round on the board.
A couple of nice headshots from Obi Dogi. I do like the name Obi Dogi as well. I think that's probably the best name on the server. I'm going to go away from Lel player and towards Obi Dogi because I just don't feel like you see names like that in Pro CS.
Well, this round is needed 100% here for Wales. They're on the defensive side, technically the easier side of the map. So let's see how it goes for them. It's another 2-1-2 set up as Zana will be the first one to jump out the window, and D7 will get the headshot into Nadia. Obi, good for only 1. Beathen, though, finds Zana, and it's a 3-on-3. The bomb yet to be planted, just now making its way towards the site. Only retrieved by D7. And the bomb will be planted. Olivia is looking to flank through apartments, but she is being held at this point. D7 getting up close and personal, not landing the headshot, but her teammates will, and going for the burst fire. Beathen finds 1 more kill, but she's in a 1-on-2 right now.
This one looks over. Dolly's going to put the pressure on once again with a follow-up headshot. And Portugal up upon map and match point here in the best of one. They've been very convincing. I love how they play that pistol range, just run and gun into the B bomb site, knowing that Wales have no way of stopping them. Knowing that there's this massive skill disparity all over the server, and they've got a 14-round lead here on Mirage. And most likely about to finish off this map entirely. They've got the weapon advantage as well here in round 2 of the half. So send it towards the A site and try and get this one finished. Loud player opens up proceedings as these SMGs should start to fall. Olivia, nice headshot in the meantime with the Desert Eagle, but dealt with. That'll allow the C4 to go down. They're going to be holding away that one. And now they've got to break back into this one against a couple of AK-47s and that final Galil to take away. Smokes away as well. Portugal just not giving them an inch.
Obi and Nadia here to hold Wales into this match against Portugal. One side of the fair for sure, but Wales, they're not done just yet. Or will they be? D7 and Ada will make sure that they are, and Portugal will win the game 16-1. Very
well, we
one-sided
predicted
game.
a 16-0, right? So slightly closer than we initially anticipated. But Portugal, I don't really know if that best of one tells us all too much. They weren't really challenged at all. I want to see what they can do against a better team, right? With more experience in the game, obviously. Portugal, one of our most experienced teams at this level of play. You talked about that trio of players with lots and lots of LAN experience, big game experience. So I want to see what they can do later on in the tournament.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very important. But technically, they already played kind of against the better team in their group, because they played against Spain and won 16-13. Now they're up 2-0, and you know they still have a game to play against Iceland. But again, not a lot of info into Iceland. That should also be an interesting one. But our next game, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be Netherlands taking on Austria. That game, well, Austria's still playing the game against France, but that's a 14-2 right now, so for France. So it's not looking too good.
So we don't have to wait too long to get into that one then.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be going on for too long. We're gonna have, of course, a break before the games will swap over, and we're gonna go to set break. But when we come back, we're gonna see the third and final game of the day.
One purpose. One dream. One rhythm. One step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Iași becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?
Welcome back, everybody. Let's watch some more Counter-Strike. We're getting right into the action of Inferno here as Netherlands, we saw them earlier, they're taking on Austria this time, who've had a pretty rocky road so far in this in this qualifier. They've taken a collective 4 rounds, and well, they might not be able to take this one either, as those USPSs crunch on Banana. They're coming from everywhere.
Oh, Pinky. I think you should run out of bullets. That's going to be Netherlands just playing a very aggressive pistol round, but getting it done quickly as they push down Banana in mid and just take the duels head on. Again, not shying away from a gunfight. It was something that we've seen in their game against France as well. In the meantime, we didn't get to see their second game. They played against the Czech Republic, and they won 16-2. So, Netherlands, technically, they're in the 1-1 score bracket, I guess you could call it. If they manage to win here against Austria and France wins against Czech Republic, they will qualify out of the group.
Yeah, some really polarized matches here. We just saw a 16-1, and this is obviously a big favorite versus big underdog yet again, with Netherlands obviously being the favorite, getting off to a good start as well to build upon that. 2-0 here, as we will see our first rifle round in this particular map here on Inferno. We'll see a bunch of AK-47s whipped out, those MP9s just handedly dealing with the pretty weak attack of unarmored pistols on Banana. This is the telling round, though, as to how close a game we're potentially going to have, because Austria only finding 2 kills in those first couple of rounds. Netherlands seem to know what they're up against, as that scout does damage towards the bottom of mid. Melise takes that first tag, down to 31 points of health pop.
Yeah, a lot of damage out of those util throws. Missy actually taking down Meezy, and Maneskin will be the one to take down Pinky. Just a quick couple of kills going the way of Netherlands, and Maneskin, she's gonna keep on pushing. Sensational. I think that's the new favorite here. What do you think about it, Squid? Sensational.
Sensational? No, I like it. I like it.
I feel, yeah, it feels, you know, very well thought out. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, most of this cast has been. We've tailored this for weeks and weeks in the laboratory, trying to make it as perfect as possible for the WEC regionals.
But yeah, the round wasn't really all that good for Austria. And
no, and that was the key round that you were looking towards, right? For them to really get into this one. Yeah, this is a force, and really early on to do something desperate like this as well. So straight up Banana, and Naomi has to hold this one down. Tixa's going to be a great nade. Does not as much damage as I thought it would, as the B-bomb site does fall, and the Netherlands are severely out-positioned.
Oh, Missy. Perfect flash there by a teammate. Pinky couldn't do anything about it. The molly will flush out Foxy, and she goes down. Now it's down to only 2 players here. One towards Dark. Where is there a nade? There was another molly, right? Oh, Croxy. She was flushed out as well. And now Meezy, she's been spotted. Gets a shot onto Kiara, but Missy will be there to trade out. And they claim this one even if it wasn't looking all that good at first.
Yeah, and if you're on this T side, that's the round that you desperately need to win. You go for the force buy, you find the openings there on Banana, you're even able to get the bomb down in an advantageous position, smokes away as well, and the Netherlands nevertheless able to get back into B. 4-0. Really confident play there. A lot of the time in a 4 versus 3 situation, when you're down on numbers on the CT side, you're just going to be looking to save rifles, realistically, in a round like that, especially when you give away a couple there on Banana. Netherlands, you won't be seeing them save in those sorts of situations. They'll be going for every single inch. Kiora was such a massive member earlier, her and Naomi in that previous overpass bait. Again, just pressing the issue. That's not the best spray I've seen today.
Oh, they're split up here, and Pinky can survive that. Oh, Maneskin, she was really close to them. The Opera will miss there, and it's another flawless one for Netherlands. That's a big point there. Netherlands getting a bunch of flawless rounds here. Yes, and 2 rounds ago it wasn't really flawless, but you know, they have a couple of players over 11,000. So their economy is looking so good. Even if Austria string a couple of rounds together, there's still going to be Netherlands buying up just easily up after that.
And the chances of that happening right now is slim, considering Austria just carry pistols into round number 6. Missy, she's been looking all the way down mid with scoped rifles since the very start of this half, even going for a flick onto the hand down in Mexico there. Not going to find any openings this time. But even though just re-aggresses, nobody's smoking off mid. They're doing nothing about this AWP. Missy just going for peek after peek after peek, knowing that she's just got such a skill advantage there. Finally, the Tech-9's doing something, and it's a double kill to get out of Boiler. But Kiora is right here to pick up from where her teammates left off, and that, oh my lord, was so close. What a wild round.
Yeah, but it was still Netherlands to come out on top. And Austria will be able to buy up once again. So let's see if this one is the one.
By the way, the 2 rounds that Austria have come close, the force buy and the half buy, if you can even call it that.
Yeah, you know, the buy rounds, yeah, they were usually going a little bit smoother for Netherlands in terms of winning them, right? And look at that, Kiara just allowed to get a double kill there, even gets away with her life, and Missy re-aggresses towards second man, misses the shot there, but there's Maniskin to fight it out, and Missy helping out as well. And yeah, that just proves your point. The buy rounds are looking cleaner for Netherlands than the anti-eco rounds.
Yeah, it's because Netherlands are really confident at picking apart defaults, and that's what Austria has been falling into as soon as they get rifles. Just sat on second mid here. Some players barely able to get out of the T spawn. Look at just how far back this last kill is. This is not even classified as second mid. 7-0 here on the scoreboard, as the Netherlands pressing a really aggressive start. They're giving Missy so much respect on mid, and Naomi's going to whip out the double AWP setup. She'll be on that second sniper.
On the smoke for CT. Isn't that a smoke for CT? No, there's... Wait. I'm confused. That was the smoke that hit the top of the map.
Austria actually have only 1 smoke remaining as well. So if they're planning on going towards B, they've got to use that towards the CT spawn. They've got no smokes for coffins, for practically any other area. And the Netherlands are going to take the fight to them. A 2-for-2 trade. They're not expecting anybody else, but an AWP shot missed. And the AKs cannot respond. How is Naomi still alive? 13 points of health. And here comes a Galil actually downgrading the rifle. Running up Banana. Not every day that you see that. But this might be one for Austria on the board. Melise unable to connect with this spray. And that name might land perfectly. Oh no! 14 points of health as Missy's going to dive right onto the defuse, dives off it as well. Missy's going to find it. That's quite an incredible retake there from Netherlands. I hope we see some replays because that is just such a chaotic round. So much happening.
Another close one, but it was still one dinner by Netherlands. And to be honest, it got close because they got a little bit overzealous. They went for the peaks there in Banana, and the flash wasn't really all that good, and they could still see, but nonetheless, a good try to change up the pace a little bit. Oh, Kiara, she's been round boosted into mid, and I don't think she was spotted. They're gonna try and attack the B side, but the nade actually takes down Croxy. She was getting so close.
Oh, great nade. Follow-ups as well. Yeah, Kiora gets all of the information there onto second mid, spotting no T present, so they basically know that this is going to be a banana hit, and Austria are just stuck in their traps, stuck in the mud. 9-0, Netherlands, another great round, probably their best of the half.
Yeah, very one-sided affair here. Similar to what we've seen before. from Portugal against Wales, right? But in this one, it feels like Austria, they have some set strats, first of all. And second of all, they're getting close in some of those rounds. But it's just Netherlands being very aggressive. Because if they would...
And just showing no respect as well. No respect.
I feel like if they would play this one a little bit more passive, I feel like this could end up really even better for Netherlands, although it is 9-0 and it's as good as it can get, right?
Yeah. Like this has been flawless, and they're going to win this round as well. Malise, she snuck inside the apartments, but as soon as she gives away this information, that will be radioed in. They now know where she is playing from. Still stuck inside the building here. And, she's been spotted as well. So they can converge and try and peek this one as a unit, not trying to give away their first round here. And that timing is just... She just got CSGO'd.
Yeah, double digits as soon as you can get there. First 10 rounds won by the side of Netherlands, and Austria not really finding any success here.
I don't know if they put us back on schedule. I think we're at exactly an hour behind schedule, right? Of this game starting. So,
yeah.
So basically, almost putting us back on track. But they are going for the 16-0 here. I will say that this has been a more competitive map than the Mirage that we just saw, just off the kills. Certain Austria players have been able to show up, but the last couple of rounds especially have been really brutal. Netherlands just pushing mid every single time, realizing that they're the better aimers on the map. And they find themselves 5 rounds away from victory here on Inferno in this best of one, our closing best of one of the day. We'll end the stream after this one's finished. Austria, though, they seem slightly out of ideas here on the map. What do you do? What do you do when everybody's just pushing you? When just staying stationary hasn't worked? Like, nothing's worked. They're even just going to push with an AWP into second mid. Like, that's suicide. They're everywhere. They're just rushing with P90s, Pop.
Yeah, it feels like maybe you can just wait for the pushes, but this one should go in favor of Austria right now, and it's only because they were this aggressive. That's the only reason. Although Naomi, that's a nice shot on the Croxy. And I guess she still has a chance into this one, but they pretty much walked into the crosser of the op that Pinky got off of Missy. So again, just it all went downhill when the opper decided to push into second mid against pistols. It wasn't the best decision.
Yeah, not something that you see every day, but they're obviously, the Netherlands are obviously doing this just because they are so confident, so far ahead. You wouldn't see them do this in a close game. It's often a real statement of how the map is actually going. I don't really see them slowing down too much. That was another level of brutality, another level of aggression that you just don't ever see in Counter-Strike outside of matchmaking games. Missy again, despite being punished just a couple of moments ago, will take the up towards another side of the map and actually find success this time. That's not a Molotov for your strap book, by the way. And Main is right behind them. This is cruel and unusual punishment here. And with the silencer, they're going to have no idea where she's playing from. Oh no. What a brutal round. What is happening, Pop? What is happening? This is a professional Counter-Strike tournament.
It's just very, very one-sided. And I guess it's, again, kind of the same situation as we've seen in the previous game, right? It's just a lot more experience, playing a lot more tournaments and games, you know, with a team and everything. For the side of Netherlands, because
it's just better aiming as well, right? Just being better with the mechanics, having the freedom to take every single gunfight.
Yeah, exactly. Right now with a 4-on-3, maybe a 4-on-2 as Naomi lands a headshot, and it's all down to Pinky and Croxy. Oh, Naomi, that was such a nice shot, and just a couple of bullets needed. Not even spraying, just 2 tapping heads with the M4A1S. And that is 13 on the side of the Netherlands.
Naomi is definitely one of my MVPs of the day. Like we saw earlier, quad kill, ace against France. They're on overpass. The Netherlands would have been totally shut out of that map if it hadn't been for Naomi's heroics in the retakes. Just in such horrible situations. She's able to really isolate those clutches. Really smart player here in the server. You asked for a Bison earlier, and we will see one. This is, yeah, really cruel Counter-Strike. Yeah, even a Mag 7 flying through the sky to end the half. 14-1 here on Inferno. As you might actually make your dinner reservation, Pop.
Yeah, it's, you know, thanks for helping out, but it's just such a one-sided affair. I mean, again, it was a little bit more competitive, as you pointed out, than the previous match, but it's still Netherlands 2 rounds away from winning the match, and we're just now getting into the second half. It's actually going to be 2 players leaving spawn. What is this? It's going to be
They're trying to 2v5. They want the challenge. They obviously want a flip of the coin. I do agree with you, though. Samsational, probably the best name in the server. If we're giving name points.
Yeah, I think so. But can they get through the defense here? Easy finding one. Samsational with a kill onto Kiara, and Pinky finds Naomi. But now they can go towards the A side. A side is open. They rotated everyone over. And Mainskin can actually get into a very good position with a USP. Can surprise Measy. She's on 2, but headshot will suffice. Oh,
no one's there to punish through the arch. Croxy's just too slow.
And now she's in pit. Yeah, this is still risky. Oh, a nice headshot. Pull through another one. Mainskin, can she get the ace? She's in a one-on-one right now against Sensational, and she will hit the shot. That is the ace for Mainskin, and that is Netherlands getting themselves to match point.
Another one to add to the cap, Pop. We've seen a couple of aces here today in our inaugural female stream, and one more to add to the tally before we close proceedings. 15-1 here for the Netherlands. Another 15-1 scoreline. We just saw one earlier on Mirage. And potentially back-to-back 16-1s here. Austria, they've just struggled since the very first round of this map. Kiora even hitting collateral 1-deeks there. That's kind of outrageous. That's just so unreasonable.
Oh, and Missy with the back 10. Oh, she's going to miss her chance. So Austria,
they call her Missy for that exact reason. That was 30 bullets missied right into the wall.
Yeah, not her best, but, you know, just 15-6. Can't really blame her. You know, that round wasn't really all that serious, right? They were shooting each other, even someone was spraying at the Galil, and someone else just went into that spray, and was a lot of team damage, but gonna be pistols here for Netherlands, as Pinky has an op, so that's interesting. Already,
yeah, there's no real reason to play the economy game if you're Austria, right? Like one round and you're out of the game, so get out that AWP early and try and rack up somewhat of a lead on this CT side, and try and get back into the game. Maybe start to feel a lot more confident. Remember, Pinky's right at the top of the scoreboard as well on 14 kills. But as she dies, the entire B defense crumbles. And I'm not sure if there's a smoke here for the CT spawn. Yeah, there certainly is. Kiora's got this in hand. So as soon as she fires the first AWP shot, she can actually toss down this smoke grenade for either Banana or towards the CT spawn. She goes towards the former. And Main's also got herself inside of the ruins in the meantime. Actually just misses that M4A1S there. So Melise doesn't know that she's tucked inside this awkward deal with angle.
Oh, and Main's can all take down Foxy. Gets herself an MP9 as well. Will peek into CT, taking down Measy, and he's all down to Croxy. Wins the duel against Messi. And now it's a one-on-one. Minskin doesn't have the armor, but Croxy didn't know that she was in CT, and that's going to be the last round. Netherlands, they win the game, and you could say they're qualified out of the group, but it comes down to the other game as well, right? It comes down to if, France wins against the Czech Republic, but still, it is Netherlands to, completely overwhelm Austria.
Yeah, they were just the better team all over the map, right? Like, they had the better aim stars. We saw glimmers of hope from Netherlands in their match against France a little earlier on in the day. That was the first best of one. And Naomi, just one of the stars of the day, I've got to say. Really sort of heads up play, really intelligent play. I think that's what you're looking to be on the next sort of level of opposition in this tournament. You've just got to have even better game sense than your opposition, and I think that she's sort of like proven her worth, and she's definitely one to watch out for as we go later into this group stage, into the playoffs, and trying to get these best of ones underway.
Oh, for sure. But with that was the conclusion of the day. That's gonna be the A group after France and the Czech Republic will finish their game. That's going to be Group A finished off, and France are already on 2-0, so they're technically qualified. And if they win against the Czech Republic, they will be qualified, and Portugal will not Portugal, but Netherlands will go alongside with them. Portugal, they're playing against Iceland, and Spain are playing against Wales. But judging by the previous results, I would expect Portugal to win against Iceland and Spain against Wales, so we could see a 3-0 from Portugal and 2-1 from Spain. So those could be the final things. But check out the Wikipedia page for the WEC qualifier for the female division on Europe, and you're going to see the results there after they finish, of course.
Well, we'll be back right here, same time, same place tomorrow for more female CSGO action. Don't miss the WEC23 regionals as they continue this time tomorrow.
One purpose, one dream, one rhythm, one step closer to glory. They say history remembers the winner. So who will be the ones writing the future? The halls of power call for their kings. The ones who won't back down. The ones who believed. The ones who knew that over 100 nations can't be wrong. Join the fight between August 24th and September 3rd as Yash becomes the world's esports capital.
In the heart of Iași, Romania, the world's top gamers have gathered for the ultimate showdown. IESF brings heart-stopping matches across a variety of gaming genres in an electrifying experience that celebrates the passion and dedication of esports athletes from around the globe. This is more than just a tournament. This is where champions are born, legends are made, and anything is possible. Get ready to witness the ultimate display of skill, strategy, and heart. The IESF World Esports Championship. It's about to take your breath away.
Do you think you've got what it takes? The challenge will be tougher than ever. In 2023, International Esports has a new home. Over 100 nations fighting for the championship in a celebration of everything that makes esports great. Who will rise up to the challenge? Who will be the world champion?